Hi all, and welcome to my channel, Fred Makes Things, and our Sewers Club project unboxing for June 2025. It has arrived. It is here. We get to talk about it. I'm so excited. Excuse the setup. I am filming upstairs in the sewing room. It is 36 degrees outside in the middle of a heat wave. Fahrenheit's on the screen for you. Our house, trying as hard as I can to keep downstairs cool, is currently at 31.5 degrees. So I have retreated upstairs to the sewing room. So I'm trying really hard to get the color to look right, but there's going to be shadow and stuff and everything like that in this video. And for that, I apologize. You are seeing my quilt that I made, or my quilt top that I made a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago. It has not yet been quilted, but it seemed to be giving me the best like color balance out of the random things that I had near me on hand. Anyway, that's a lot of chatter to give you timestamps. So timestamps are on the screen for you in the description box and as chapters in the video, but we're going to do this video in 3 parts. Part 1 is a little bit of a rant about the US mailing system. Part 2 is going to be who is Sewers Club and what is the project box. And then part 3 is going to be looking at the box itself, like what came in the box. Use those timestamps if you want to get just to the unboxing, although I'm very late in getting this video up for you in June, so I understand if you've already kind of seen everything, but then you wouldn't have clicked on this video. I don't know. I'm hot. So let's get into part 1. Before that, I do want to say hello to everybody. Hello to the new subscribers, the OGs. Hello to the people who have just started commenting on my videos, even though they may have been watching for a while. And hello to anybody who's clicked on this channel out of curiosity. You're all so very much appreciated. Your comments are so very welcome. And just having you here is always pretty nice. So now let's get into part 1. A little bit of a rant. So if you've been following the saga of me waiting on my Sewers Club box, I should have gotten this box 2 weeks ago. I had a delivery notice on a Saturday afternoon at 1:47 p.m. that this box had been delivered, and I was really excited for it because that meant that I could get it unboxed, filmed, I could get it made, I could get the review edited, and I could take some of that pressure off my plate for my trip off to Canada next week. So I was really excited for it, and I looked and it wasn't there. And I was like, oh, weird. So I kind of looked around. I have like a little deck box that packages and stuff can go into when it's raining or snowing or whatnot. It wasn't. It was a beautiful day. Wasn't there. I checked our like ring footage, our camera footage, took a look down the street, saw the mailman delivering to the 2 houses down on my side of the street, the house across the street, and the house next door to theirs. So like I have view of about 4 houses. He didn't have a package in his hands. He didn't accidentally drop it off anywhere. I took a little bit of a walk further down the street to maybe see if it had been dropped anywhere down the street, and it was nowhere to be seen. So I just thought, well, maybe he got misdelivered somewhere else, and we'll see someone pop up on like the message boards on Facebook saying, hey, this package was delivered, or hey, like this is going on. Or maybe one of the neighbors got it like further down the street and they'll bring it to me, because we're all pretty good at like dropping off mail if it's being misdelivered. None of that happened. So Monday morning I submitted a ticket to, or I tried to submit like a report to USPS, and I couldn't do it. Like the site kept bouncing it back to me. I tried over and over and over again. Tuesday I tried again. It still was bouncing back to me, and I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. I emailed Sewers Club, let them know what was going on. I didn't know where my package was. Like, I don't have a clue what is happening. And then I went on to the internet and looked up like this issue with the post office bouncing back, and it turns out that it is very common for people who have like misdelivered packages to be given that error, and either you keep resubmitting it until it takes, or you can find their chatbot through like the online app or something like that. Like, I got to a chatbot through my phone, but I could not get to a chatbot on the USPS website. It's very weird. So Reddit said go to the chatbot. So I found the chatbot. No, I called actually. And they asked, I gave them the issue right through the prompts, and then they said, do you want to continue this through text message? And I said yes, and that is how I got to a chatbot. Complicated. It's too complicated. So then I submitted a report through the chatbot, and the very next day I got an email that says, we've received your issue, we're looking into it. So I was like, oh, okay. And then a couple of days went by and nothing happened. It took Sewers Club, I think, 2 days or so to get back to me. It said, oh, we're so sorry about that, can we send you out a new box? And I was like, yes, thank you so much, yes please. So they processed that, and then they were going to get that box out on a Sunday. I think I got the confirmation on a Sunday that the box was shipping. And then, or that it had been processed, something like that. I don't quite remember now. And then I got a call from the mail people on the Monday. Now it wasn't this Monday, it was last Monday. And the mail person, who was very kind, got my name wrong, but very kind, and she explained the situation. They looked into it on their end. They pulled up his scanning information, they pulled up his route, because I guess mailmen are tracked through GPS, and the guy who was supposed to deliver the packages, not my regular mailman but a special package delivery guy, sat quite a distance away from my house, sat there and scanned 20 plus packages all at the same time, and then didn't deliver any of them. So nobody knows what happened to those packages. An internal investigation has been launched. That guy hasn't been into work for a few days. Nobody knows exactly what happened with it. Nobody was able to talk to him about it. And I'm not the only one that was missing packages. His tracker showed he was never anywhere near my street, that he had just parked somewhere and scanned in a whole bunch of people's mail and then just never delivered it. So that's where my understanding of what happened ended. But I said, well, that's weird. Would they have like thrown it away or something? And she said, well, no, packages can be quite lucrative. Like, you don't know what you're getting in them. She said, so they're launching an internal investigation, but that guy was not a regular mail person, and he's not from my town or something. Like, there was like a lot of distancing from the post office and who he was, but yeah, that package never showed, never arrived, never came. She asked me if I wanted a letter explaining what had happened to send to the sender, and I said yes please, because I don't want Sewers Club to ever think that I'm trying to cheat the system, right? And so I sent an email back to Sewers Club and said, like, I have a letter explaining everything that's going on. If you'd like me to forward it, I can. And they were very kind and said, no, we believe you. No need to worry about that. And so then I've just kind of patiently waited 9 days, 10 days from when they said it was being sent out to when I got it. So I got confirmation Sunday that it was coming to me. And now it's Tuesday of the following week, and I finally get to talk to you about the project. And I'm so excited. I've stayed away from almost all spoilers. Not all, because I wasn't paying attention and didn't see it coming in one video, but that's on me, not on them. And yeah, so here we are talking about this package. So let's get into part 2. Who is Sewers Club? So Sewers Club is a monthly subscription box company that does includes everything that you need to make a single sewing project. That's the fabric, the pattern, any kinds of fusible fleece or interfacings that you need, the zippers, any kinds of extra notions, all that stuff is included in the box for the price that you see on the screen. That price can change. I give you the US exchange rate, but they are a Canadian company, so that fluctuates. And there's something in this box that we're going to talk about in the unboxing part, because I am the one that had to cover up the private information, so this isn't 100% new to me this time around. But pricing, I think, is going to might shift a little bit because of the current tariff culture in the US. So just to give a warning. Notions add-ons are also available for an additional roughly $10 a month. You can get a Notion add-on, and these things are often helpful to creating the project, but are not necessary to make the project. I get the Notions add-on because, one, when I first started getting this box way back in 2021, I was extremely new to sewing and I didn't have a lot of sewing supplies. And 2, because I do these videos for the internet, for all of you out there, I wanted you to be able to see what the Notion is. In the past, we've had like snips and seam rippers and small cutting mats and scissors and some fun rulers and needles and a bunch of other fun things. So yeah, if you're interested in this box, I do have a savings code for you. Code FRED will save you $12 Canadian on your first project box. And they have a secondary box called Stash Builder, which is where you get a bunch of fat quarters or half yard cuts. You can save code FRED30 on that box. If you're interested in Stash Builder, here's my most recent Stash Builder video for you. It's probably May's unboxing. 2 codes because the pricing is a little bit different. These are affiliate codes, so I do make a small commission off of them, but to be perfectly honest, I haven't touched that commission in probably over a year now, and Sewers Club has been on me to like do something with it. So even if they took the code away from me tomorrow, it does not affect how I talk about Sewers Club. They are my favorite subscription box company. The other word of warning I want to give you is that because the subscription box is so popular at the moment, and I'm also thinking because of some of the world events that are happening, they do mostly have a wait list for this box now. So if this is something that you want to get, if this is something that you're curious about, I highly recommend going to the Sewers Club website and signing up for their wait list. That way you won't be left out if you do decide that this is something for you. So now let's get into part 3. What is in this box? So like I said, I kind of already have an idea of what is in this box. I caught a view of it on another channel, but I quickly fast forwarded through there. And then I did kind of glance at what is going on, but I haven't looked at the fabric. I haven't looked too in depth at the project itself. I basically opened it up, covered up the private information, got distracted by like a little note that I'm going to share with you all, and then closed it up and came to talk to all of you. So, part 3, what is in this box? Like, I know that it is not a bag or a pouch or something, so this is our first non-bag pouch basket related project of the year, and it is Emily's Ribbon Trivet featuring Swan Song, a Ray Ritchie collection for Dear Stella. Hello, Fred. By popular request, we will be sewing Emily's ribbon trivet. This quilted trivet showcases a delicate ribbon block with whimsical florals. Like, how pretty is that? I didn't pay too close attention, but I'm a big fan of the bow. And then this is kind of the note that I saw. So it says, subscribers in the USA, due to recent tariffs, we are working to reduce the number of items in our boxes originating from countries subject to tariffs. This includes many notions made in China. Unfortunately, some projects require hardware that will be tariffed, and this may include fabric and patterns. There is currently a lot of uncertainty, and this is subject to change at any time. Please keep an eye out for email updates from us. If you are not on our email list, you can sign up anytime on our website. For questions, please send us an email at support@sewersclub.ca. So they're having issue because Canada can get whatever they want from wherever they want to, but the moment that they have to send it into the US, right, there's going to be issues. So it's nice to see that they're kind of preparing for that. So yeah, these are the fabrics and everything that come inside of it. We'll take a closer look at this after, but I thought that it was nice that they kind of sent out a note letting us know what is going on. So then we have our pattern books. It makes one extra large trivet. That's such a cute pattern. I like that bow. And then I caught in here as I was covering that they've changed this up a little bit too. So on the skill level, right, they say experienced, beginner to intermediate. That's always been there, but now they're saying this project features small half square triangles and thick layers. So they're kind of letting you know what you're getting in for. And then they have all of this kind of background information too, so that you understand everything that's going into the project itself, and like things that you can and cannot use for it. Like they're saying use 100% cotton sewing thread, right? Because it's a trivet, you might be putting hot things onto it. You don't want it to melt. And then they're also telling us that some of the stuff that they've included in here are not microwave safe. So if you want to use a microwave, I don't know why you put a trivet in a microwave, but if you want to make it microwave safe, you cannot use the stuff that they included in here. Then the rest is just our standard pattern, cutting instructions, lots and lots of cutting, layout pieces, and then sewing. Look at all that piecing we're doing. That is nuts. Lots and lots of piecing, and then some standard quilting, and then we're finishing it off with binding. So these are our notions this month. We have old school needle threaders, and we've got hand stitching self-threading needles. You know, I've never had a hard time threading needles, but it's kind of cool to have things like that for it. And then, like, look at that. They've labeled where they come from now. 100% cotton printed in Korea. What is this world coming to? We'll take a look at the fabric last. Then we've got our two battings made in the USA, and they're smaller than normal too. Made in Germany, 100% cotton, I'm guessing. Color 1006, but it's just a solid white. I think I have this actually. And we're upstairs in the sewing room. I can just take a look. Yep. I have a whole spool of this. And then finally, I believe that this is our other notion, Mary Ellen's Best Press, the clear starch and sizing alternative. So I'm guessing because you're working with such small little pieces, they're giving you something to help kind of keep everything together and keep everything flat. So let's take a look. Oh, we don't need to look at those. So we've got insole fleece and insole bright, it looks like. So it's going to make like a nice thick trivet. We'll keep these aside. We'll keep that aside. Keep those aside. Let's take a look at the fabric. So we've got this really pretty floral. This color is really pretty. I have no idea if this is true to color. I can't tell. But every time that I filmed up here and I'm like, ooh, that color doesn't look right. When I'm downstairs editing, I'm like, oh, actually it doesn't look bad. So we've got that really beautiful big flower floral. Then we've got this really soft pink that matches so nicely with it. Let's do it that way. This is a semi-directional fabric, right? Because you can kind of see the fabric pointing up and pointing down. And I like that it's all little bows, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be making little bows out of it. That is really, really cute. And then we've got just a solid, not white, kind of off-white white to go with it. To give you an idea, right? This is a white, like a pure white color fabric. And then that's the white next to it. So it looks like fat quarters in the two of them and probably a fat eighth in the third. So this one is called Swan Toile in Nectar, Swan Song Fat Quarter. Colorworks Premium Cotton in a fat eighth. And this is Swan Song or Lake and White Swan Song Fat Quarter. I wonder which one I have. Oh, one of them has swans? Oh, that would have been really cool. Ooh. I still really like the floral, but how cool would it have been to have swans? Do they have like a... See, that's the one that I have. Do they have it on the inside? Oh, right here they have pictures. So I've got Swan Song in white, and the other option is Swan Lake in white. Oh, those are so pretty. So pretty. So that is what came inside of this box. Made in Germany. Ridiculous. If you hear sounds, that's Mr. Berlioz having a snacky snack. Junior, we're in the sewing room, and the only cat that's allowed in the sewing room is Berlioz because he is contagious to all the other cats. So he gets to just live in the sewing room, hanging out with me while I sew. He is also the one who gets permanent air conditioning if he wants it. But we checked, he does not chew on threads. He's not a thread eater, and I very tidy and clean up all of my mess so that he doesn't get sick with anything. But he is just up here hanging out with me. Yeah, anyway, normally he jumps up when I'm sitting here, but I don't know, there's something about the camera that keeps him away. Anyways, sorry for that distraction. So yeah, that is what we have in this project. I'm hoping that this comes together fairly quickly. I'm in the middle of making a table runner for a project, but I'm going to set the table runner aside. Like, I've got the backing all cut out because instead of making a solid backing, of course, I decided to try to make it a reversible table runner. Not that I'm up against a deadline or anything. So that was planned for Friday, but I'm tracking my stash builder, and I think I'm going to do stash builder on Friday too. And if I don't get it up on Friday, the stash builder will be up whenever it arrives, kind of situation, so that I have more time to focus on finishing, getting ready to go. So I'm gone for 3 weeks. Anyway, back to this. So I'm hoping that I can get this kind of together fairly quickly in the next couple of days so that I could film a review video for you for next week, I'm hoping. So you're seeing this video on Wednesday. Hopefully next Wednesday will be the project review video for this. So it's Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to watch the video tutorial. And then because it's so hot anyway, I spend almost the entirety of my time in the sewing room. So I will try to get this done and finished. It's gonna have really simple quilting on it. Done and finished and ready to discuss for Wednesday, because I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days to kind of work on this. Hopefully I can get it done quickly so that I can finish filming some other videos. But that's a me problem, not a you problem. Anyway, come back next week to see if this is actually going to be finished or not. What else do we have coming up? So Friday's going to be our Sewers Club Stash Builder. If I don't get the project by Friday, there's going to not be a video on Friday, and there's just going to be a bonus video popping up when I get the Stash Builder. Monday is going to be our Hooks and Needles project review video for box 11. Wednesday is very hopefully going to be this project review. Friday is hopefully going to be a Mary Maxim unboxing video. I got the confirmation that that's shipped, so hopefully that arrives so that I can pre-film it before heading to Canada. If not, Friday is going to be one of the pre-filmed videos that I am in the process of making. After that, everything is up in the air until I get back, and my first video back is going to be on the Friday the 20 something or other. Date is on the screen for you. So yeah, come hang out with me if you like. Like the video if you've reached the end. Maybe think about subscribing if any of this stuff is interesting to you. And I am going to go. I have a tutorial video to watch, and I have this video to edit. So with all of that being said, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, and I will talk with you again soon. Bye!